All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Kololuwa Shegun Vite, the Business Support Officer for Shokeni Solution Akure, Ondo State, your number one IT company in Akure and Ondo State at large. Yeah, so today we are back on another webinar that has been aimed at helping SME improve and also help individuals improve in their career journey. So today we have a very interesting topic we'll be discussing about, and today's topic is how to protect your business from cyber threats. How to protect your business from cyber threats. Now, this video will be directed at the SMEs organization we have. Now, when you're talking about how to protect your business from cyber threats, you are talking about the cyber security matters for your business. Now, why will you be thinking, okay, why do should we be enlightened about this? Now, SMEs are increasingly targeted by cyber criminals. Major cyber criminals, their major target are always on the small business. And why did they think of it? Because they feel like most SMEs are not knowledgeable enough to know the required practice to do to prevent breach. They might not have the required resources on how to prevent it. And the major thing is still the negligence that most SMEs do have. So this make it easier for them. This it make them seem like a good market for a lot of cyber criminals. Number two, attacks can cause financial loss, downtime, reputation damage. We were discussing about this as we talk, and one of the major attacks that SMEs do experience is phishing attacks. That's the major threat SMEs face. And now cybersecurity is now like I feel like is a business necessity for all business, no matter how the business is, no matter how small it is, no matter how big it is, no matter the mode of operation. Now, what is cybersecurity as well? Cybersecurity involves practice and technologies designed to protect the system, network against like network unauthorized damage, attacks, unauthorized access. And the core goals of when you're talking about setting up a cybersecurity system, there are three core goals that we are looking into. Number first one being confidentiality, the second one being integrity, and the third one being availability. Now, when you're talking about confidentiality, there should be a particular confidence your client will have with you that their information with you is not lost. Are you with me? And in terms of availability, one of the main cause of sometimes whereby there's an attack, there's some information that might be lost, which you will need and won't be available. So you want to make sure that your information is available and it is and it's not exposed, which are one of the main reasons we are talking about cybersecurity. Now, what are the most common cyber threats? Let's look at the most common cyber threat whereby business do face. The first one is malware. Now, malware involves virus, worms, trojans that is sent is either to destroy the system, to render it useless. It actually means like to shut it can shut down your whole system, whereby the entire information, the entire data that the company needs will be destroyed. Number two is phishing. Now, phishing attacks is actually, like I said earlier, is one of the most rampant um, attacks SMEs will face. And how does it work? You click on um, go to fake emails, drop your information there, and they steal your information. And what makes it easy is because most of this, how phishing attack works is that most time they create a website that looks similar to a website you are familiar with. They might create a particular website that looks like what's the name? Instagram. Then probably change a particular letter there. Then you go in there, the interface is like that of Instagram. Then you enter your information. From there, they get it. I think there was one that was rampant some years back, whereby I think it was people that were even into not even really business now. It was I think people, individuals, where they create an app for them for betting and they go they enter their details, their bank details. And then all of a sudden they decide to send debit alert. Then the third one is ransomware. Now, ransomware, how does it work? The intruder will lock your information, lock all the data in your system, then ask for payment. So unless you pay them, they won't unlock it. Then the fourth one, I feel like which is the one that every business should be guided against, is the insider threat, whereby risks from the employees in themselves or trusted users. Which is one of the ways I do say it about is that there are some information that should be, even within the organization, data should be monitored. There should be some certain set of data that will be available to just the executive alone, that the normal employees don't have access to. And there should be some kind of data also. There should be another level of information which the interns in that organization or anybody too can have access to. And there should be um, some set of information also which outsiders that are coming to the organization can't have access to. So even when there's breach of that incident threat, we know who will take accountability for it. Now, with risks, the other risks that SMEs do face, number one is weak passwords, unsecured Wi-Fi networks, lack of employees awareness, outdated software and system, poor backup practices. Now, when you're talking about weak password, I feel like any organization should not be using a weak password. We have some password manager that we even advise you on type of password to use. Although I won't, in terms of password manager, I will not advise you to use them. You can use them, but still, you should still not upload the entire password on some of these password managers. Then when you are talking now in terms of weak password make it easier for intruders to break to the password. It makes it easier for them to get it. We have the dictionary attack. So and now I like it nowadays that even most websites nowadays we see that at least your password should be eight digit long. It should be a combination of letters, symbols, words. This make the password very strong. But I think we have nowadays whereby even when most people are not informed that they can even use their name as a password, stuff like that. Then we have unsecured Wi-Fi networks. Now, how should I put it? Majorly, I recommend that any inform system that contains the core information of the company should not, like the employee system should not contain the core information of the company. There should be a separate system whereby if you want to do something that's strictly related to the company, you do it on that system, then you don't do anything else on that system. Because I feel like one of the major issues that SMEs do have is that the employees that is acquiring the core information of the company use their personal system. And it's still that same personal system that is storing some secret information. It's the same one they used to go to the local website to download movies, download games. And one thing we know about this local website is that they're always full of ads. And you don't know which ad is dangerous. It's still that same system. They will still go, probably go to an hotel center, football center, church, still connect to external Wi-Fi. And now most time they connect to this external Wi-Fi without having personal security, like probably using a VPN or stuff like that, which make it easier for the even the owner of the Wi-Fi to be able to see what they are doing, know the site they are visiting. So unsecured Wi-Fi network should be guarded against. Number two, still a lack of employees awareness, like I've been saying. I feel like it should be compulsory. I feel like when you are being a new employee, there should be a particular security training that should be given to each of these employees on what to do. Don't assume that they know it. Still tell them, okay, in this organization, these are the steps to take to protect our information. Then there should be some backup practices which the company or business should employ. Now, we have some set of cybersecurity frameworks. I will just be listing them to you then because of time, then you guys can go in to make enough research on it. The first one is the NIST security framework. Now, this is like a standard rules whereby you can approach to identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover information in the case of emergency attacks. We have the ISO/IEC 27001. This is the global standard for information security management. Then we have the CIS control, which is the practical actions to like improve your cyber defense. Now, risk management. Now, When you're talking about risk management in terms of protecting your business from cyber threat, identify the cyber risk. That should be when, in case the attack happen, then assess the vulnerabilities. Like, what are the information do you think? Like, okay, you have the feeling that you have been attacked. What are the core information you feel like these people are seeing? Then prioritize your threats. Look for the one you can make proper recommendation. Proper adjustment to how you can recover. Probably you can recover it. Probably you can change it. Then implement protection measures. Then monitor continuously because okay, there's a threat here. Look for where you can what to do. Probably you reach out to the your consumer or your customers in which you know that okay, that information has been breached. Let them know about the information, then continue to monitor what has been done. Probably there's anything the intruder has done. So you know how to fix it also. Now, data protection and privacy. As a business, in terms of data integrity, your customers should be able to trust you to some to fully trust you that their information, any information they are uploading onto you is not being shared with an outsider. There should be that data privacy, follow regulation, and if there should be consent policy in case where this information that you have to use it. There should be secure storage that if you're not storing the information. That's something that any system in an organization that is storing core information should not be should not be used as a personal system. I feel like no office system that office system should not be used for any personal work. That is why I'm always saying it's better for the company to provide the system themselves instead of the employees using their own personal device, especially for cases whereby the data are very like this security there is high. Number two, we're talking about some tools that you can use in terms of protecting your business from cyber threat. We have firewalls. You can set up your local firewalls. We have the VPN. We have intrusion detection system. So this will let you know immediately whether there's an attack coming in or whether there's any software you download that has some malicious virus in it or trojans. Then there should be network monitoring. Then the last one is secure Wi-Fi configuration. Now, the endpoint security solution we have is that antivirus, download antivirus solutions. They make sure that your Microsoft Defender is always updated. I mean, your the personal security details that come should be updated consistently. Then always enable this multi-factor authentication, whereby even if the password is compromised, there should still be another layer of security protecting it. Then now build strong password habits. Use strong, long, and unique passwords. Don't let your password be something that can be easily guessed. You know, there are some people that you know that okay, my password is always like I said earlier, my password is always my name, it's always my birthday. It's very wrong. It make it easier for even when the attacker is even close to you, they know it. And no matter how close someone is to you, the password of an organization should not be something you share with them, except they have access to it, or except they are like authorized to have access to it. And these are like how to like remember I mentioned that the major threat we do face most time as SMEs, which most SMEs do face, is phishing attacks. We have suspicious link or attachment. Maybe you are just checking to the company, you may see some suspicious link, something like a company you have not reached out to before, or something you know sending a mail to you with an attachment, urgent request for are you with me? Or probably someone just called you from a website on asking for passwords, poor spelling and grammar. Now, you should always be sure that the website you are going to is website. Be careful of your spelling. On no sender, verify who sent most document before you click on it. Now we have the incident response planning. It is like it's a set of guidelines that you are meant to follow immediately there's an attack. So I think we are coming to this end. So in conclusion, we have to know that as an SME, we are like one of the best market for the hackers because they will want to leverage on your ignorance of not knowing what to do to use it. And I have now come to a world whereby there are now available tools for them, whereby even someone with low knowledge of hacking can make use of some tools and hack you. So you have to be security conscious of the information you keep, of who you share it with, and also, like I said earlier, ensure you make use of antiviruses. Then VPN are something you should use. So in conclusion, like I said, with basic awareness, strong policies, vital, you can protect your operation from cyber threat. And now don't think that when you're talking about cyber threat, don't think like it's something simple. We have a lot of multi-million business that have to shut down because of cyber threat. Because you can't imagine someone just hacking into your business and able to get rid of your financial details, then a large sum of money is taken from you. There's nothing you'll be able to do, or some information, your information is being compromised. Number one, you are reducing the trust people have in you. Because if you hear that, okay, this company was hacked recently and all of their information was stolen, the customer want to bank with you. So, in all, let's be very secure. Let's be security conscious about our information, about our data. Yeah, so that brings us to the end of today's webinar. Join me again next week, whereby we'll talk about another topic again. Once again, my name is Kololuwa Segun Bright, the Business Support Officer for Shukeni Solution, your number one IT solution in Akure and Ondo State at large. Thanks.